Instructors are more than just teachers. They are mentors who foster their students' academic growth and love of learning. One such mentor is Mr. Gary Gang. As a major horse enthusiast, Mr. Gang has furthered my love and understanding of these beautiful creatures. Despite being relatively new or green to the horse world, as they say, he happily and patiently showed me the ropes of riding, training, and grooming equines. Just like the good horseman that he is, caring towards his horses and skilled in his craft, Mr. Gang applies these same principles in the classroom. He shows a keen interest in his students and their success, inspiring us to pursue our passions and reach our goals. He is an exemplary role model for anyone who wishes to be involved in academia, the horse industry, or both.
Dear LeAnne Lawhead, it has been an honor to take your class and see your passion for books. In an online course, it can be hard for the students to connect to the teachers, and I can imagine it can be hard for the teachers to connect to the students. Your feedback on assignments and constructive criticism helps with this. This semester has been a trying one, to say the least. Your patience and kindness have shown through, especially for me. While it is easy to feel alone at this time, I am thankful that we got to talk about books that we're reading and talk about ourselves. I appreciate how compassionate and understanding you have been to me. You and your class gave me a newfound love for children's books, and I'm excited to take that love into the classroom with me in a few years. Thank you for everything you do for your students. It does not go unnoticed.
The professor I would like to show my appreciation for is Dr. Diane Dutkevitch. I have been in her physics classes for the past 2 semesters now, and I cannot say I've ever had a professor as thorough and as dedicated as she is. She works tirelessly to make sure every class runs smoothly and effectively, and she will bend over backwards for every student to make sure that everybody can grasp the material. Moreover, during this quarantine period, like many professors, she had to move all of her classes online. She wasted no time in putting together an effective online format that didn't sacrifice the quality you would expect from an in-person class. For that, I am very grateful to have been under her instruction these past 2 semesters, and she has been a very big influence in my educational career. Thank you very much, Diane.
The faculty member I have chosen to recognize is Dr. Karl Smolenyak. For the past 2 years, I have taken a total of 4 consecutive courses with Smo. During this time, Smo's dedication to his students has been very apparent. What sets Smo apart, however, is his dedication that reaches beyond teaching the current coursework at hand. Smo goes out of his way to instill a high level of critical thinking, problem solving, and mental fortitude in all of his students. Doing this prepares him to confidently tackle whatever future endeavors they might face. One of the biggest things that Dr. Smolenyak has done for me, and no doubt countless other students, is teach me that while science is complex and awe-inspiring, it is done by real people. And at one point, these people were no more educated than you and me. And if you keep pushing the boundaries of education, there is no reason you can't do something just as complex and awe-inspiring. 2 years ago, I never would have believed that I would be doing the things in science I am now. It is because of Dr. Karl Smoleniak's dedication, perspective, and mentoring that I can say this and confidently move forward to face whatever challenges lie ahead. So thanks, Smo. I appreciate it. It's been a good 2 years.
Hey there, my name is Destiny Brad, and I am a second-year business management student, and I am nominating Lauri Dreher for Faculty Appreciation. So this is actually my second year in a row nominating her, and I'll tell you why. So I actually originally had her as a high school teacher for business management. When I transferred over to Yavapai College, she did the same. She became the head of the management program, and I am so grateful that she did. I had a few of her online classes, and she was also the advisor for my internship that I had over last semester. Not only was she an amazing mentor and teacher, but we've maintained a friendly connection in which I know that she'll be there for me for anything that I need. She has gone above and beyond to give me both professional and personal advice, and I think that any student that crosses paths with her in their journey is truly privileged. Thank you, Ms. Dreher, for inspiring me to go after all my dreams in my life and my career in the business field. I appreciate you.
Hi, Dr. Jacobson. I hope you and your family are doing well. When we were asked to recall a professor who made a difference in our education, my mind immediately went to you. Although I haven't had the pleasure of being a part of one of your classes for over a year now, both the material that we covered and the help that you provided me have an impact on me to this day. The topics that we covered throughout your class are often considered too sensitive of topics and just left speechless, but by giving us the opportunity to express and defend our opinions, I think that I gained a valuable perspective on several different debates. Outside of the classroom, with your help, I applied to the Honors College and wouldn't have considered it otherwise, and much less have even been accepted. And now that I'm a part of it, it has provided me with additional support for graduation this spring and then transferring in the fall. I can't thank you enough for your help throughout my education and wish you the best of luck this spring and for semesters to come.
Hello, Miss Lindsay Bane. Thank you for all the years that you have been teaching me. At the start of my high school career, I had no idea what I was going to study throughout high school or even through college. Taking dual enrollment classes in high school made me interested in the film industry. Thank you for helping me get an idea of what I possibly want to do with my life. I also want to thank you for helping me out with my online assignments last semester because they were quite challenging. And also thank you for helping me figure out the programs as well online and understanding how to work and operate them. I have a newfound interest in film, and it's something that I'm interested in studying all throughout the rest of my high school career. Thank you once again for your help.
Hi, Mrs. Thieme. I wanted to appreciate you for what an amazing instructor that you are. So I have a letter that I wrote that I'm going to read. Ending my third semester, I can honestly say that I owe my nursing instincts to you. I learned more in your class than in all my other nursing classes combined so far. Not just because of the content, but because of the way you teach it. You always engaged us and forced us to get involved and critically think through things ourselves. Instead of standing up there and lecturing, you had a way of making us lecture ourselves, but you guided us in just the right way. We knew we had to be prepared for your class, because if we weren't, you'd call us out. You kept us on our toes, and you made us think quick. And as scary as that was sometimes, I respect you for it, and I know you were preparing us for the real world. I may not have always seen it that way, but I do now. And it was super clever of you. I'm aware that this style of teaching takes more time to prepare, which is what makes you so excellent. You care so much about us that you devote extra time and effort to make sure we get the most out of our learning. For the rest of my career, I'll have your voice in my head anytime I'm looking at patient data. Do we like it? I will always regard you as one of the best instructors I've ever had, and I will use things I learned from you throughout my nursing career. I do miss being in your class. I always looked forward to it because we had so much fun too. We laughed with you, we cried with you, and my whole cohort is closer because you helped bring us together. Thank you for caring, for being so committed to our learning, and for being so invested in each one of us as future nurses. The impact you've had on me has been great. Thank you so much.
Brandelyn. When I first entered your classroom, I wasn't so sure what to expect. I had spontaneously signed up for art history because a few of my friends took it previously and said it was a great class. You said on the first day you were going to teach us how to see. I thought that was baloney. I already knew how to see. But at the end of the semester, I realized you were correct. I see the world differently because of you, your class, and your aspiring passion for what you do. I see references that you showed us in class everywhere. When CHP was in New York, I saw all 3 of the column orders on buildings throughout the city. We visit St. Patrick's Cathedral, and I saw the cathedral architecture terms we discussed there in person. When visiting the Met, I was so excited to see the artwork that you described to us in class, as well as the other pieces that I saw online. Your passion for art inspires me to explore and see more around the world. I want to visit Greece and look at the Parthenon. I want to visit Egypt and visit the mortuary temple of Hatshepsut near the Valley of the Kings. I want to someday visit the Hagia Sophia in Istanbul and see the gorgeous and huge interior and exterior. I appreciate you so much, and I wish you the best of luck with the rest of your studies as a student and teacher. Thank you for changing my life. Madeline.
Hi, Mr. Garbagnati. I would like to start off by acknowledging your 15 years working full-time at Yavapai College. It is sad to see your last semester being online knowing that it is not your preference. However, as a student of yours for only the duration of this last semester, I can say with confidence that it did not go to waste. You made an incredible impact on me both in the classroom as well as on the online video format. At the start of the semester, I was excited to be taking psychology courses in preparation for my degree as well as my future career. With this, I was still nervous that maybe it would not suit me as well as I thought it would. However, you definitely proved to me that it was exactly what I wanted to study. In your human development class, I felt something I had never felt in school before, and that's passion. I woke up and I looked forward to going to your class, and at times I would even run to my friends and tell them about the notes I had taken on different topics. I definitely informed my older sisters on why they are the way they are based on your lecture on birth order. I imagine that if you can favorably influence me this much in such a short amount of time, it must be overwhelming for you to know the amount of people throughout your career who feel the same way. Before taking your class, numerous people recommended I take psychology with you, and I am very grateful I took their advice. The main phrases that come to mind when people recommended you are that you are an amazing teacher, you make the topics interesting, and you make the class fun with your humor. I have to agree with them on all of these. I'm confident to say that as you embark on the new chapter in your life in retirement, you should feel very pleased with the mark that you have left on countless students and faculty. I wish you the best in retirement. You deserve to be happy and healthy as your new lifestyle begins.
Hello, my name is Cameron Perry, and I wanted to start by saying how amazing each and every one of you are, and thank you for everything that you're doing for your students. Today, I have chosen one professor in particular to recognize. This instructor has been incredibly helpful and understanding throughout this insane turn of events. He is kind, generous, helpful, and overall a fantastic teacher. Professor Lhotka has always found a way to get everyone in our ethics class to not only participate, but to flourish in moral debates. I thoroughly enjoyed going to his class every morning and listening to him play the devil's advocate for whatever the day's topic was. He always finds a way to make lectures enjoyable, whether it be an activity or an interactive discussion. Thank you, Professor Lhotka, for always caring for your students, making the best of a bad situation.
My name is Alex Daniels, and I picked Andy Lloyd as my faculty that I appreciate. Andy Lloyd is one of those teachers that creates the desire in you to work hard and to have a lot of fun doing it. I had the pleasure of learning and working alongside with Andy in the Canine Behavior and Psychology class in fall of 2019. This class was unlike anything that I had ever taken, as it was near 100% interactive because you got to bring and train a dog. Would you believe it? Andy created in me the desire to push hard against something that is deep inside of me, shyness of other people and animals. Having Andy encouraging me to overcome shyness by working with a dog to train various actions has helped me to grow as a person. After taking this class, I have learned so much while being challenged and to overcome shyness. I knew that Andy was going to be my pick for faculty appreciation. Thanks, Andy, for one of the best classes that I've ever had.
The professor I have chosen for faculty appreciation is Carly Way. I took Carly's Sociology 101 class during the fall this year. It was at the Brady campus and I had it every Tuesday and Thursday, and it was probably one of the greatest classes that I've taken so far. I really enjoyed how interactive it was and just how excited and passionate she was about the subject. And I just wanted to say thank you, Professor Carly, for teaching me so much about people and their way of being. I never thought that I would have loved sociology as much as I do now.
Dear Josh, during this time of uncertainty, you have made one thing certain: your passion for teaching. Waking up for an 8 a.m. lab is not always the easiest thing to do, but on days I had your class, I found myself waking up earlier than I was supposed to because I was excited to learn. Your teaching style is something that is rare. You make a difficult subject so clear to understand. The way you set up your course is fair, and every student knows what to expect with no blind spots or surprises. You communicate what you expect out of us, and will do anything to make sure we succeed. I appreciate the time and energy you have put into your lectures now that we are online. You have worked hard so we can get the most out of your class, even though these conditions are not always easy to learn in. I can say not many professors have 3 lectures for me to watch, so I truly gather the right information during these times. A professor like you is hard to come by. In any other class, when the teacher was done lecturing early, that was my cue to leave. But in your class, I found myself wanting to be there for as long as possible to learn the content better. You brought out a passion for science in me that I never knew I had. I feel lucky to say I had Josh Schmidt as a professor. I know that as I move forward with the study of kinesiology, the information I learned in your class will be applied to my education and later my career every day. Thank you for all that you do. Sincerely, Annie Hart.
Hey Dr. Winters. In celebration of Faculty Week, each Yavapai College Honors student was asked to select one professor who has left a remarkable impact in their lives at Yavapai College. It is with great honor for me to inform you that you are that professor who has left a remarkable impact in my life. Mike Davis recommended that I take your Phi 101 course. Following this recommendation, he stated, "You don't know what you're getting yourself into." Little did I know that Dr. Davis was not joking. You challenged my intellect in ways I have never been challenged before, and were a stoic guru when life was not your dime in a stick. Your efforts to ensure my success have made all the difference in the world. I can truthfully say that if I never had you as a professor, I would not have been nearly as successful as a first-generation college student. You understood that I lacked the support that many other students would have received, and I'm so grateful for this understanding because without your help, I would not be sitting here as an honors student writing this letter of thanks to you. Your incredible course content and structure, your flexibility, abundant coffee supply, and just your willingness to help your students succeed is what has made all the difference in my education as well as my classmates. So, I hope you continue to lead a flourishing life and continue to inspire many more generations of students. P.S. How does Voltaire like his apples? Candide.
Mr. Siegfried has been one of the best teachers that I've ever had. He made calc very interesting and entertaining. I don't consider myself a huge math person, but Mr. Siegfried has made calc as understandable and enjoyable as possible. He's also constantly went out of his way to help students, and he understands that life happens and sometimes you just can't control it. He's more than a teacher, he's a friend. He constantly talked to me about working out, firefighting, and especially snowboarding. He always made sure to check the weather in Flagstaff so we could talk about snow conditions before class. Mr. Siegfried was my first professor as a freshman in college, and he really helped me get comfortable as a college student. And he showed me that morning classes aren't as horrible as people say they are. Mr. Siegfried, thank you so much for an amazing semester and being a great professor and friend. I hope you have a wonderful retirement. You really deserve it, and you will be greatly missed. Thank you.
Professor Hughes has been involved with the nursing program for almost the last 2 years. He has proven time and time again that he will always advocate for students in their best interest and for their well-being. Professor Hughes' extensive background as an educator as well as a nurse allows him to not only help his students on an academic level, but also help those of us under his oversight to become well-rounded nurses. He has showed many of us interesting and simple tips to being better nurses as well as dealing with mental health. He makes every student feel important and will go out of his way to ensure we are all in the best place to grow into future nurses. He makes class enjoyable, and his real-life experience is a wonderful break from the very textbook-heavy course. He allows students to be and express themselves and helps to ensure students are at the best place to succeed. Professor Hughes has shown his unfaltering dedication to the students and others around him to ensure we all continue to grow, as well as have some support when we may not have much of it at all to be successful. Thank you, Professor Hughes, for all you do and continue to do for those around you. Please continue to make class and learning fun and interesting during a very stressful time in our academic lives.
Lauren McCrea has been such an inspiring light during these unprecedented times that we're experiencing, and even before. She's so kind, intuitive, and open. Her classroom provides a collaborative atmosphere for artists to learn and inspire one another. She also always has such great ideas for our projects whenever we're stuck. And not only all that, but she was a great chaperone in New York. She was always smiling, and she treated us like adults. I really respect Mrs. McCrea, and I would love to accomplish just as much as she has one day. Thank you so much for everything you do, Mrs. McCrea.
Hi, I'm Maggie Nardo, and the faculty that I am appreciating is Professor Nicole Guzzo. I took her class in the fall of 2019. I took Psych 101 with her. And my experience in my first semester of college was really impacted by Nicole's attitude and her passion for her subject. You can just tell that she really knows her stuff. And throughout the semester, she introduced really big, kind of confusing concepts with really funny anecdotes. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that I still remember those and that they still make me laugh. And they still bring to mind all of the concepts that she connected with them with. So that was a very effective teaching method. She had no problem repeating or reiterating concepts if you weren't following or if you didn't understand, and she would try a lot of different angles to get her point across without making you feel dumb for not understanding the first time. And even outside of class and office hours, she was just so nice and open to talking no matter what the subject was. One of my good friends from that class would always just walk her to her next class and discuss whatever article or thing that she had found that week, and Nicole was always just happy to discuss all of that and share her knowledge. And when I missed a class and had to come submit an assignment to her in person outside of office hours, she was just super nice and made sure to ask how I was doing, and honestly just made a really stressful day a lot more bearable. So thank you, Professor Guzzo, for being such a great teacher and such a nice person, and I'm really looking forward to a lot more of your classes.